Listen up. Here we go. I'm the new kid, moving in, getting it done, and I'm officially the candidate for having some fun, you know?
I love this anime. Yeah. What anime is this? Holy shit.
All right, and on a strong note there, what's up, guys? Welcome to Greatest League Talkshow. No Scarra, yet again.
No Scarra, yet again. Sorry, you're stuck with me.
You're stuck with this guy, and you're stuck with this guy. And, yeah, while we're waiting for Mark, as you guys know, I don't need to explain this for the billionth time in a row, that we just talk about whatever until Mark gets here. So he should be here sooner, because it's Sunday. So we won't have to wait as long.
I wrote down topics like a good boy.
All right,
to
let's
keep
hear
this
it.
pre-show entertaining.
Wait, who's your background?
That's you.
Oh, shit.
So let's start off with a very happy note.
Yeah.
Bjergsen
Got his 1,000
kills. How long has Bjergsen even been in NALCS? I actually have no idea. All I remember...
Season 4?
Season 4?
Was it 3? 4? It's around that time, I think.
Seeing Bjergsen, like the first time you saw Bjergsen was in that stupid-ass TSM video where Oddman opens the door and goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Oh, yeah. Dude, Bjergsen looked like...
Yeah,
I don't know how old he was when he first joined TSM, but goddamn, he looked like...
Yeah, he looks like he was 15.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. They like waited outside of his high school and they're like, this one.
Yeah, he looked so young back then. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like 1,000 kills, that metric feels weird to me because it's like basically a measure of how long you've been in the LCS as a carry. You know, I don't know. It doesn't like. I'd be more interested to see like where he got those kills. Like I want to know who is like on the big like top of Bjergsen's hit list. Who has he killed the most?
Who's died the most to Bjergsen?
Yeah.
It has to be like
I
don't think it. Yeah, it has to be a support.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a mid laner. Maybe an AD carry.
Yeah,
but it's either AD carry or support.
It's probably like Lemon Nation or something. You know, because like they played against each other a lot in the playoffs and stuff. So like, you guys think it's high? Kiwi Kid? Nah.
Kiwi Kid. High.
Yeah,
Is it
I
actually
don't
high?
know.
There's a lot of people who said high. That's weird.
No,
Matt.
I bet it's fucking Lemon Nation just because they played against each other the most. But, so yeah, again, I just think it's kind of weird, the 1,000 kill thing. But you know, congratulations to Bjergsen for being the LCS for.
I don't think like everyone should suck him off for getting 1,000 kills, but it's cool.
It's cool.
It's a really cool thing.
It's definitely like a what would you call it? Like a benchmark.
Benchmark?
Yeah, I don't know. That's neato. What else is on your list?
Next on the list, our Lord and Savior, for some reason, is running into trouble with some Reddit mods. Golden Glue,
Oh yeah.
Balt's boy, recently
known as
on
Balt's
Twitter, yesterday. This happened actually like yesterday night. He said he's being like not. I don't know if targeted is what he said, but basically he said that the Reddit mods are taking down any thread that has to do with something appreciating him. So yesterday, after he won his series against P1, he brought out the glasses and did the Vault Boy meme, and he was just like, hell yeah.
Great.
And so it got to the top of Reddit, and the Reddit mods took it off and said that it wasn't related to League of Legends.
Yeah. So, I understand where the mods are coming from, but at the same time, if you're going to allow other things that are only very tangentially related to League to go on the front page and then not let this one, I don't know. It feels weird. It's like, here's the thing with authority figures like moderators and forums and stuff like that. You want people to have a very consistent rule base, right? Like, everyone feels bad when someone does the same thing but get punished differently. We've seen that with Riot, you know, when they're like, yeah, this guy's a toxic piece of shit. You get fined $1,000, and then it's like, I will dominate. It's like you're banned for 2 years. Like, I mean, you know, or 1 year, whatever it was. But so that always feels bad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's kind of weird for Golden Glue to go ahead and be like, oh, the Reddit mods are out to get me. Probably not. My guess is just like some of the moderators were like, we saw it and they were like, I don't like the meme, and so let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I agree with you. I think the biggest thing everyone's comparing it to was the Defisio and Quickshot thing where...
Yeah, if that got up to the front page, then this should have been fine. I don't know.
It's definitely like the same kind of boat, but it was allowed, so I find it really weird. And at the same time, like, it's weird how... I get it. It's like he's not playing the game or whatever, but it's like he's sitting at LCS. Like he's literally he just won a game. He's sitting in the chair where you play the video game, and he's a pro. So it's like, due to like the past things and like where he's at, I feel like this one could get through. But.
Yeah. I mean, if they allow the Quickshot Defisio ass slap to get in, like why the fuck not? Like what makes that more League of Legends than Golden Glue doing the Vault Boy?
When you slap that ass, bro.
Apparently, slapping asses is
next
League
time
of Legends
when
related.
he puts on those sunglasses, he has to
just has to slap someone's ass.
Slap Piglet in the ass, and he should be like, "All right, you get."
You got to tap that golden glutes,
I agree, though. I don't think the Reddit mods are out to get him so much, but it does suck to see because, like, I feel like obviously a lot of people shit on Golden Glue in the past for his like shortcomings, and now that he's on this like rise, he's playing better and better, and there's this huge meme around him, and everyone loves him right now. It feels like. It just sucks to see him be like, no, you don't get that on the front page.
Honestly, I love this meme. I think it's hilarious.
Too. I think it's fucking hilarious.
I love the fact that Golden Glue is like taking it in stride and like kind of like playing on it even more. I think that's great. So I don't know. It's weird. Reddit mods do whatever they feel like. I guess I don't even know who the Reddit mods are. Like how often do they change up? And,
how many mods are there?
I have no idea. Literally no clue.
It's weird. It's definitely like. It's weird how actually Reddit mods have a lot of power because Reddit is such a huge like platform for League of Legends.
Yeah, I mean, not saying that this is true. This is the conspiracy hat, but like they could literally control who like blows up.
Yeah. Oh no. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, for example, with blow me up, please.
Blow me up.
Talk about how great my stream is.
Blow me, Reddit.
Blow me, Reddit mods.
That's true, though.
For example, like Tobias Fate. He blew up because of Reddit, I think.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, because you would see all these clips, and if they had just decided, like, kill Tobias Fate.
That kind of became a thing, right? Where it's like Reddit actually made like a rule about Twitch clips because there was just too many fucking Tobias
clips. Yeah.
Like, there were just days where it's like, Tobias stole a Baron, and it's just like, he did it 4 times, and it's all on Reddit. It's just like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Reddit mods are secretly Satan, or maybe they're God, or pay
pretty
them.
much God.
Yeah, whatever. Up to them. Love me, please. I love you, Reddit mods. They did nothing wrong. Fuck you, Golden Glue.
Yeah.
All right, next topic was, I feel like this is a big thing that's coming recently, is the God and Dardoch subbing in and out. Like, it seems really weird because I guess like a lot of people are saying like Dardoch wasn't really like on a downward trend. He's doing fine, and then God comes in, and now they're subbing him in and out.
Yeah.
And like recently, obviously COG just lost.
Yeah.
It's just weird. And God got played 2 games out of 3.
Yep.
And so I don't know. What do you think of the whole like subbing in and out kind of thing?
Honestly, no idea. It's weird to me in a game like League of Legends that you would have subs, kind of. It feels really weird to see how people use subs, because like I understand, for example, if like, this person is better at this champion and this person's better at this style or whatever, and maybe you sub them in and out that way, but like I feel like it's just weird to me, right? Like, I think God's great, and so obviously, he had a great game. Game number 2, he did amazing and stuff. And I honestly don't know what to think of it, but as a player, I think it probably doesn't feel that good when you get subbed out. And
it's weird because Dardoch was actually, he seemed not only fine but encouraging of it. He
tweeted out something specifically.
He stated on Twitter that it was because a lot of people think that Dardoch is like super toxic and like that's why he got subbed out, or like he's like not playing well. But he stated on Twitter like not only is none of that happening, but he thinks Omar is good and he deserves LCS time. Like he stated that. So yeah, I mean I agree. I feel like subs are just like a weird thing in League because like primarily use of subs in like general sports. It's because of like fatigue. People get tired.
People are tired.
People get really tired because they're like playing all the time. In League, obviously, you don't get tired because you sit there and play.
Wait, that would be amazing if you could sub out players like you're like, okay, so Acadian's an early game monster. We put him in, and then we sub him out for like a great like late game jungler. Who's a good example of that?
A great late game jungler, Scarra.
Yeah, you put Scarra in to carry. No, you probably would never do that, but
media trained. Yes. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I feel like people are, like, a lot of COG fans would get mad or, like, are confused by it. Yeah. I like it. I think ᵐᵉᵐᵉ's a good player. It just sucks to see when one player gets subbed out and then they lose.
Yeah. Well, okay. Also, another perspective that I didn't put out there was the fact that eventually all organizations are going to have 2 teams, right? So, yes. Doing the sub thing, you're developing talent that you might have in your future, side team or whatever. And ᵐᵉᵐᵉ would be a perfect example of someone you would want on that second team. He's obviously proven himself to be LCS caliber, or at least plays on that level occasionally. And I think for a lot of teams who are in the top half, like where CLG are, losing a couple games in the normal season probably isn't that hard, doesn't hurt you that much. As long as you get to playoffs, So.
They're guaranteed top 4 finish. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, something like that. So, I said occasionally. I'm not saying that he isn't LCS caliber. I'm just saying that he has games that
you hate MarkZ or what? You hate MarkZ?
No, I don't hate MarkZ. I'm just saying, sometimes he pops off, sometimes he doesn't.
Bro.
But,
Tweeted at him, pussy. That dude is fucking ripped.
Is he?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't fucking know.
You were the one who said it.
Oh, speaking of subs, whatever happened to the I don't know if you remember this, but the TSM stuff where it's like Mr. Rales is on TSM.
Oh,
and they're like, he has 1 week to prove himself, and then 1 week later,
he just disappeared.
What happened?
Yeah,
and then they got Shine On, which is another AD carry player on the team too.
Yeah.
And what the fuck happened with that? Does anyone know about this?
TSM keeps bringing in talent and just shooting him in the backyard. You never hear from them again.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess he didn't prove. Did TSM ever state anything about this?
No, I have no idea.
Reginald shot them.
Yeah, see, Reggie's like, hey, new talent, hey, come here, and then Doublelift is like, oh shit, another 80 carry. Not under my watch. It comes out, hey guys, I have these great cupcakes in the backyard, and you just hear the distance.
Yeah, that's so weird.
What happened to Mr. Rales? Has anyone heard from him?
Oh, they did say something?
Oh, they did? Okay.
Middle of contract negotiating with Fnatic. They never got a deal with Fnatic. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, TSM still negotiating with Fnatic. Huh?
Wait, I like Plastic Turnip's response. Doublelift eats them and it gains their power. it's like those gacha games, when you roll, those gacha games like Fire Emblem Heroes. And
I love gacha.
You like roll them and you're like, they're not good enough, so you just feed them to your best people. Turn them into little candies.
Yeah,
absorb
so
them.
that was just random. I totally just remember that randomly.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I don't follow a lot of the sideline stuff for League. I just watch the games pretty much.
All right. What do you think of? You were listening in a little bit. Mike Young on the caster's desk. It was kind of weird because he was. I don't know what you said. There was some kind of problem, but he was on the desk for game 1 and then off the desk for game 2 and 3.
So I haven't paid attention to LCS because I've been busy grinding Guilty Gear. But I was tuning in randomly and Mike Young was on the desk. I don't know. Did he cast during the games or did he? Was he just? He did.
He was in the caster.
Okay, so
he was saying shit game 1.
That was really strange, honestly. Mike Young, no hate on the guy. The guy's a great player, but he's got the Dyrus effect where you just as you listen to him, you just get narcolepsy and you just want to sleep. Hey, what's your opinion on this thing? I think it's
Immortals really has the lead here. Yeah, his voice is very monotone. Dyrus too. They can make the biggest play and just wow.
Good job.
Yeah, it's just weird because I'm like, okay, So what? They don't like Mikey on the desk. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinions, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
But it's just like, wait. After game 1, they're like, all right, you suck at this. You're out.
I don't know.
Is that what happened, or is it just supposed to be a one-game thing?
I have no idea. For one second, I thought they were bringing back the perspective streams, and so I was like, oh, they're bringing a pro player to talk about jungling, and then I realized that I guess he's just casting. It's just really strange. I don't know.
I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I want to see a full team of these people who can put you to sleep. You know, you got Dyrus in the top lane, Mike Young in the jungle,
make it have
Ryu in mid lane,
Mike Young and Dyrus duo on stream. And
my god,
hear them talk to each other, and people just
it'd be OP. People would just listen in, fall asleep, and the view counts would keep going up as they like keep killing people on stream. Like as soon as you listen to it, you're just gonna pass out.
That'd be funny.
Anyways,
make it happen.
Again, no hate. Like
I hate you. Fuck you, Mike Young.
Good jungler, but oh my god.
I work with Mike. Mike was like, it's weird working with Mike because when he starts trolling you, like when he starts telling jokes, you have no idea.
You have no. Yeah, I can imagine.
The most monotone voice. You're like, are you fucking with me? It's funny. He's funny. He's actually a really funny guy.
Yeah.
My last topic, and this is just me being the COG fanboy that I am. But I feel like recently, Huhi has been playing a lot better. Like, he isn't Huhi from, like, when he first started.
Yeah.
And now that he's playing a lot better, like, people haven't given him the recognition he deserves as a very, like, consistent mid laner. And I feel like he kind of is, like, the Wild Turtle of mid lane, where I also think Wild Turtle is a great, like, consistent AD. But, like, when people shit on him, they shit on him a lot, and then when he does fine, people are like, what? Nothing.
Yeah, no, it's...
and then you made a great point where...
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before the stream started, and we're talking about that, like, Huhi in general, it feels like no one ever... It doesn't feel like he gets his praises sung about him, you know, but when he fucks up, it's always big. And here's the thing, is that both of them have... Both Wild Turtle and Huhi have this effect of when they fuck up in like the most spectacular, crazy way possible, where they like flash into 4 people and die, and you're like, what could he have possibly been thinking there? Did you actually think that was gonna work?
The infamous Wild Turtle flash into the base to throw the game.
Oh my god, that was so funny. But
Mark's here already.
But yeah, because of that, I feel like a lot of people only look at those spectacular misplays, and Wild Turtle gets a little bit of benefit of the doubt because he's also had some really big, flashy plays that have worked, and I feel like Huhi in general, it's like, all you can think about him is like his Aurelion Soul, and you're like, I guess his Aurelion Soul is good, but no one talks about the fact that, you know, his other champs are fine too.
First impressions matter.
Yeah, first impressions does matter.
Impressions sucked.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, too, early on in his career, like, those fuck-ups happened a lot, where you just...
Yeah, they didn't look good, and then the worst thing was fucking Pobelters on Immortals, like, killing it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, damn, that's my ex, you looking good.
That's my ex.
Why'd I do that? Why'd I break up with her?
Yeah.
She got all fit.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Topics again.
That's fine.
my boy Huhei deserves a little bit more
Huhei?
praise. Yes.
A job means that you get paid.
Huhei.
Who high?
Huhi. Hookie. Hickey.
Hooky-dicky.
Dicky.
What?
What?
Hilly-dilly.
Where are you guys going with this? Jesus.
Just saying things.
Saying words.
I got a tweet that we're live.
All right.
We are live.
I didn't tweet that we were live.
Let's all do a big old tweet.
Let's do a little
can
Twitter.
you tell me what the...
Yeah, there.
I can't read your handwriting.
All right, TSM versus Echo Fox.
TSM versus Fox.
Dig versus C9.
Dig versus C9.
What a homie.
Envy versus FlyQuest, and then COG versus Imp.
COG
Versus Imp. Actually, they won, so not Imp.
Imp.
For Imp, just the one player.
Imp.
What happened to Imp?
Imp died in China.
Oh, yeah.
He died. He was suffocated by money.
He did.
He was like thousands
I
of
saw
dollars
like that
in bills.
picture where he like had a shirt and the shirt was like worth like 4K or something nuts like that.
Do you see? You see like his dog pouch or his dog purse?
He has a dog purse.
And I don't mean like it's a purse for a dog. It's like a purse that
It's made out of dogs?
It looks like a
It's
dog.
made out of dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Only get away with that in China.
I mean, who knows? Honestly.
That's funny though. That's actually become a thing. Like top Korean players just go to fucking China.
It's
and
the
just
payday.
There's too much money.
They
Shit.
don't know what to do.
Oh, you know what? The chat was talking about before. Olay, his name backwards is hello. I didn't know that. You knew that? Did you know that?
Did you guys know if you write, like, was it 43110 upside down on a calculator, it says hello?
Did you know 808?
That's not the point.
It says boob.
It's
That's not.
not 8 either. Isn't it like 9?
It's not that retarded.
9009?
It's 8008.
I thought it was 9009. You flipped
No,
upside
then
down.
it'd be poob.
No, it's boob still. Because
Oh,
it's
because
B00.
it's B. Yeah. No, I'm looking at it the wrong way.
You guys are retarded. That's not the point. Anyways, I didn't know. You knew that? How long have you known that?
Since I first saw his name.
So you instantly saw that and you're like, oh, that's hello backwards.
Like something like that.
I'm sorry, your brain is limitless.
What? Was that an insult?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
sorry your brain is limited.
yeah, like what? You just compliment me? Yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry you're such a fucking genius.
I'm sorry
Yes,
you're
God.
so sorry you're so hot.
Yes. All right.
Alright, this is a
Am I on
slowest
this?
we'd
Am
ever-
I doing?
Do you want to? I don't really care.
I haven't watched the games. I've literally just been playing.
I mean,
Guilty
you can just say random shit.
Random shit.
I mean, I already have unit. This episode sucks, so you can just
What?
Holy
My notes are better
moly.
than your shitty
Wait,
ass
also,
notes.
are we doing
Probably.
power rankings today without
Yes,
Sky?
we're doing the power
We're doing
rankings.
power rankings.
We gotta do power rank. We can have like a
Yes.
little asterisk here if we would need to, but like I think
This
it's
is
fine.
Yuna's power ranking.
It's fine. I mean, the guys who watch this show and make like the really sick power rankings,
Yeah.
just like please put like some indicator that Scarra was not here for this one.
What? I'm not an idiot, all right?
Anyways, welcome to the Greatest League Talkshow, everybody, where we're gonna break down.
Holy.
You tweeting?
Yeah, sorry, it just took a while because we kept saying shit.
So if you guys want to know why the camera is so fucking tilted, somebody
tilted?
lost the brace to my
Oh
tripod.
yeah, you lost the
I
break.
did not lose it.
Where'd you put it then?
Where'd you put it?
It's an unknown location. That's either my car, which I keep.
Why'd you take it?
What's
to
the
your
definition
car?
of lost?
You don't know where it is. This is just in an unknown
You
location.
should have said like it's a TV show.
Yeah,
You don't know where it is. I think
It's,
that's the
it's
same
in
thing
one of
as
it's one of two unknown locations. It's either my car or it's at the.
Well, that's
Scarra's
dumb.
house.
You can also say like, oh yeah, it's somewhere on Earth. It's not lost.
Probably not lost then, to be honest. Okay, so
This
first.
is what I have to deal with, guys. Anytime production fucks up, it's Mark's fault.
Sure. We still haven't got the stinger back, so I can connect my other lights. So we keep having like this like kind of edgy
I
like.
like how you call it stinger now.
Yeah, well, so everyone who's watching who's in the industry knows.
Yeah. So
I'm not an idiot.
So a stinger for you production nerds or not production nerds is basically a fancy word for extension cable for your power. I learned this.
So an extension cord?
Yeah. Called a.
It's called a stinger.
So call
In
it
the
that.
business.
In the biz.
Really?
In the biz. Yeah.
But also stingers mean something different in post production, so it's kind of confusing and weird.
Yeah, so you just if you're on a shoot, it's a stinger. But if you're after a shoot,
What is it?
It's like a little like sound bite that's like usually around 5 seconds.
Oh,
long.
yeah. I should know that.
Start
like
the
a,
show.
versus like a SOT,
Yeah.
or whatever. Anyways, guys, welcome to Greatest League Talk Show. As you can tell, Scarra's not here. We're a little loopy today. We're going to be breaking down the matches from today's NALCS, both streams, all 4 series, and then at the end of it, we're going to be doing the power rankings. No Scarra again, like I said, so we'll probably end up with very different rankings, or I'll just argue and yell at them until they agree with me. We'll see what happens. So we'll kick things off with the least interesting series of the day, or at least like the only one that didn't go to 3 games, right?
No, wait.
Oh wait, it did go to 3. Every game
went to 3 games.
Holy shit! How did
why are we
TSM go
starting
to
so
3? Yeah. All right, so this is a 3-game series. I remember now. So TSM versus Echo Fox. Games 1 and games 3 are like kind of close until Echo Fox completely throw up Baron.
Yep.
Classic move. And then game 2, Echo Fox picks the worst comp ever, but it has the potential to snowball, and they successfully snowball.
Yep.
So let's get into game 1. Anything stand out to you?
No, I'm actually surprised they banned Jax. Did they ban Jax all 3 games?
They did not ban it game 2 when they were on red side.
But they banned it game 1 and 3. Yeah, I'm surprised they banned Jax. When you talked about it, and I felt like Jax was just the pick that just wasn't that good this patch. So I'm just surprised Echo Fox just wanted to take it away from TSM.
And it wasn't like a pocket pick yesterday when they pulled it out where you're like, wow, that's not normal, but it looked good. It was like, Hanser did nothing.
Yeah, Hanser did nothing that game.
And similarly, what the fuck is with TSM banning Talon on red side?
Oh, yeah, that's weird too.
And blue side, he banned all 3 games versus Froggen.
He must, like, some scrim where... Wait, they don't even scrim each other, right?
Yeah, because they're playing, so like they wouldn't have played him on 7-14. Like, I have to think, Froggen was just abusing it in solo queue, and then they were like, wow, we don't want to deal with that. Better give him, Thresh. Or fucking, what else did they first pick? Callista.
Yeah, I don't know. Talon ban.
Corki.
It's weird because we don't have the fucking information to actually know why they did it, but
yeah, it's just ridiculous to give Froggen Corki when he's like constantly playing that and doing well, and just be like, but the Talon. Did you consider the Talon?
What if they got Talon?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, game 1. This time TSM takes Maokai, but it doesn't seem like they flex it between top and mid, or top and jungle. So Scarra ends up on it. Doesn't really look that good for him. He gets killed in an invade. They also swing behind bottom. They take bot turret with a kill. It's looking good for Echo Fox. And then Brandini starts getting caught out all over the map, and it gets pretty scrappy.
Yeah. Speaking of that one time Scarra died, I thought it was hilarious when so they kill him at blue buff. They take his blue. There's literally 5 people on the blue side, and then Doublelift walks back to the bot tier 1. And it was just like... What did you expect to happen?
It was the most disrespectful thing. Like, they just took our blue. Do you think they're smart enough to continue down here and kill me? It's like, fuck, they did.
Oh, shit, they did.
Yeah.
So that was just a really random and bad death from Doublelift.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
So the great bbranDini got caught, like you said, got caught out a lot. They also got a dive off top because, like, Bjergsen started roaming all over the map with Talia. Pretty good game out of him overall. They rotated mid. They started taking turrets. They kind of get the gold lead back. Anything else in the mid game for you?
Not really. All I have running down is like basically what you said, and then it just leads to the Baron.
Yeah, you wanted to take the Baron thing?
It's
Then?
not a boner, guys. Chill out.
Yo,
Jesus Christ. Sorry. Continue.
That's what you're here for, dude. Anyways, you're saying the Baron play.
The Baron play.
Yeah.
This is not a boner. So 20 minutes, I think actually Echo Fox has a great vision control around the Baron. Like, TSM has no idea. They can't see anything. But then what happens is the Inferno Drake spawns. Jarvan and Talia go to the Inferno Drake. And then this is where I thought Echo Fox had to pull the trigger instantly. When the Jarvan and Talia go missing, they have to start the Baron if they want this play to work. They don't. Basically, they start the Baron when the Inferno Drake is like 100 HP. Talia roams instantly, blocks the Baron pit. Everyone is stuck in the Baron pit, and they all get fucking wiped.
It's so weird, just because, like, they feel like they have, like, no nuance. Like, they baited the first time, and I think they actually traded 1-for-1 with Sven. I think Sven died,
Yeah,
and then, like...
Sven walks into the dies instantly.
Yeah, and then they get a trade kill for Braum. It's a 1-for-1. They kind of set it up again, like you said, the Infernal spawns, and they just hard commit onto the Baron. And, like, Maokai ultimate hits Acadian, and then he gets just shot by Jhin like 4 times.
He literally gets shot 3 times by Jhin. It's just like this sad, slow death. Callista rends it, I think, and then take it.
But like too high, because TSM. I think Callista might even die too before the Baron goes down. Because either way, like TSM gets the Baron, they get I think like 4 kills here, and the game is essentially over at this point.
Yeah, this is just like you're right. It's just like a classic Echo Fox move where they all die at Baron, the game's over.
And what's so weird is they force it in situations where they don't even have an advantage. It's not even like, oh, we're 4K up and we misplayed, but we had a lead, so it made sense. It's like you guys are like even or even behind a little bit, and you're doing this.
It's a pretty close game. Like the best thing they have is the great vision control around the Baron, but it's like if they want to make this play, they cannot be scared. As soon as Talia and J4 are missing, that's what they wanted to set up. They knew they were going to go to Infernal. You have to pull the trigger when they're gone. Not like, okay, it's been like 30 seconds. Now it's like, wait, they're done with the Infernal.
And the crazy thing is, like they don't have a front line, and it's 23 minutes in the game. Like the Baron's gonna fuck you up if you get trapped in the pit.
Fuck you up.
And they got trapped in the pit, and they got fucked up by Baron. It's like, what? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's Echo Fox.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was game 1.
Yep. So game two. Game 2. You'll be the timer guy. You're just like the one who's like, "Bah, I'm bored." if you get bored, you tell us to move
It's
on.
actually is that a beer?
Yeah. Wait. You didn't see it when you opened that? I thought you.
I thought it was like a root beer or something. It's actually hilarious. It's like you should just be the annoying Twitch chat guy.
Yeah, he's just part of Twitch chat.
Next.
Anyways,
Boring.
game 2. How's this comp sound for you, Josh? Blitzcrank, Kha'Zix, Corky, Draven, Camille.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, that sounds like a comp that's going to do really well in like a 5v5 controlled situation that you know TSM loves playing. Turns out that comp wins.
Most meme game.
Yes.
I think today.
For sure.
Also, highlighted by Dardock on Twitter, fucking Mashme's build at the end of the game was just like Dustblade, Ghostblade, Phantom Dancer, and I was like, oh, it's disgusting. Stop this.
No, it's like the get in their face and fight them build, dude.
That's OP. Dustblade OP right now.
Yeah, Dustblade, you should
I
build on
gotta
everybody.
build it. Yeah, so I mean, he did the. He stole Baron.
He stole Baron.
He stole Baron,
Baron. If you didn't have that armor pen, Baron wouldn't have taken that much damage. Why
That's
not
true.
stole it?
He stole Baron.
This game was mostly decided just off like Echo Fox roams early on to get him leads.
Oh yeah, that first kill was
Like Blitzcrank roamed to mid lane.
Wait, doesn't they get 2v2'd by the Thresh and Oh no.
That's
Kha'Zix ganks.
Yeah.
Blitzcrank kills him. Then Blitz gets Mobius off his back.
Yep.
Runs mid and literally runs at Bjergsen. It looks bad, but it's like
It works.
you can't really do anything when the Blitz has Mobius and he runs that fast, that quickly. He literally walks up to Bjergsen, socks him in the chest, hooks him, and Bjergsen dies. And it just looks so bad. It's just like, oh my god, it's cringy. Why are you dead like this?
Yeah, and then Froggen starts roaming too, which is like, what? He actually he's learning. Yeah, I think he goes top at some point with the Camille. They get a kill.
They kill Camille pretty easily.
It gets a little scrappy.
Oh yeah, that was
the
actually
14-minute skirmish.
a nice outplay by Brandini. He turns the 3-for-1, gets 1, I believe.
That's not the 14-minute play, is it?
This is 940. I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's another.
So yeah, it's earlier.
But yeah, Brandini. The great Brandini.
This is the Brandini game. This is why Brandini is so good. This game.
Yeah, right here. Anyways, TSM still gets vision control at some point, and then it's their turn to force the Baron. But sadly, still execute this better than Echo Fox. They just happen to kind of fuck up the Rend.
They fuck up. Oh god, I don't know why it's still tilting.
So many people fuck up Rends. They
yeah,
fucked up
so many
2
people
days ago.
fuck up the Rend. So they have. It's a free Baron, honestly. They sneak the Baron. They have great vision control. Kalista, Gragas, they have, like, I don't know how many stacks. They're about to rend it, and he throws the Draven, though, and somehow the Baron goes over to fucking Echo Fox, and the game gets turned.
Yeah. Brandini keeps splitting after that, now that he has, like, a lead and Baron, and he's Camille, so he starts, like, mowing down some turrets. Froggen's roaming around. They just, like, blow their gold lead up off this Baron. And it's still, like a little hard fought for them.
It's still like a close game. Weirdly enough, like TSM can win fights. Like they're constantly scrapping, and the game ends in like just a stupid fashion.
Yeah, it's just like the 2 inhibs are down or something.
2 inhibs are down. The bot inhib is down. Camille is bot, and TSM forces a fight in the top lane jungle, and then Echo Fox just fucks with them the whole time. They're stopping their backs. Camille ends the game by killing Jarvan.
That's game 2.
That was a great game.
Game 3.
I feel like this is just like the stompiest game of the series, right?
It was really slow.
It got really slow at first, but once the Galio and Camille got it rolling, God, Rumble was just free food. I think Brandini ended like, what, 0-8, 0-6?
Was it that bad?
It was really bad.
He got beat up pretty hard once like the first turret dropped. And yeah, like you said, Galio, Camille, TSM's been running Galio plus X bullshit top laner that locks you down.
I actually really like that strat or whatever, the Galio Camille. I thought it was like a thing that was like underrated, and then TSM uses it a lot now, and it just...
I'm surprised more people don't run it, because it's not that crazy. It's like, you play Jarvan, well, I'll play Galio.
Yeah. The Jarvan Galio, a lot of people played like... was it Immortals? They played... Well, that didn't go so well.
Well, they had Jarvan in the jungle as well there, and there's Renekton top.
Yeah.
And that game was still close, to be fair. Like,
yeah,
they fucked up Uhi like once or twice. Anyways, we'll get to that later.
But yeah, Galio works well with the Camille. I like it a lot. This game it works out. And they shit on Brandini.
Yeah, they shit on Brandini, and then like Echo Fox starts feeling pressured because Brandini can't match in the side lane anymore, and they're like, so what we gotta do is we gotta force Baron. And so they go to Baron 21 minutes in, from behind, they start it off, they get the teleport, and they probably can disengage through like kiting through blue, and like Bjergsen's kind of wrapping around the back, and if he gets really aggressive, maybe he can like Justice Punch W Flash, but he has to like blow everything to do that. And so they're like, fuck it, let's just engage on them. And they engage into the Camille that just teleported in. They get fucked up. They lose Baron, and the game's over.
Yep. Great series.
Great series. Glad that went to 3. Really glad that went to 3.
So, I have literally nothing to contribute on any of these things, so I'm just gonna go away.
All right, sounds good, dude. Thanks.
I watched CLG versus Immortal, so I can come back for that.
All right, that's the last one. Last one of the day.
Have a good one.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I think that was definitely just like just a painful series to watch.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you're like, there's no way TSM loses, and then they drop game 2, and you're like,
God damn it.
they're not gonna lose still, but come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Frontline, backline. Let's get it.
Frontline, backline. Frontline, backline.
Frontline, backline.
Random substitutions. The funniest thing is, like, I hear on the broadcast, we're always like, get ready for next weekend when Bjergsen and TSM take on Keith and Echo Fox. And you're like, is it Keith?
Is it Keith? Did Mash Me?
Who the fuck is playing on this team right now?
Who knows?
Gate is the one guy who's played every game.
Oh, is he?
Yep, only one who's been subbed out. I don't know who their sub is for support.
Fang is their sub support. Which is weird, because I thought he was like a AD carry main as well. He literally
he used
has
to
like,
jungle, I think, at some point.
Oh, yeah, he used to jungle at some point too. It's like, I think half of his accounts are ADC Fang looking for a team as well. So it's pretty weird, but...
Yeah, I don't know. Frontline, backline.
Frontline, backline.
I have like this weird theory where like the org made Inaro do this strategy, or Inaro, whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, fuck, I don't think this is a good idea. And they're like, no, we're doing this. It's great PR. And then he's like, you want to see me use a 10-man strategy? Go fuck yourselves. This is what I'm going to do. And he just like puts random people in it all the time. And he's like...
He throws a dart on
yeah,
the
he's
board.
just like, well, I'm doing this weekend. Like,
in
there's no rhyme or reason to any of it. It's like, well, Brandini plays a good Rumble and Camille, so we'll put him up against Haunter. I'm like, what? Okay, but why is that better than Looper, who can play like Kennen or Jace, or like, is that like, I don't know anything they're doing.
If I feel like if they do this, I just want some more information. Like, can we have Echo Fox like make a video or anything?
And I understand wanting to keep it like private a little bit, where you're
Just
like,
keep it secret to have like that strat. But at this point, it's like it's not worked so much. It's failed so much that I feel like you kind of just deserve like help.
Yeah, like just be like, yeah, we do it for strategic reasons based on matchups. But we haven't even heard that, and that's like not giving anything away. It's like, are you getting them experience? Are you still looking for your best lineup? Is it strategy?
That's pretty late in the season too. Like,
yeah.
If you're still looking for your best lineup,
You probably don't have one.
Yeah,
there's no good lineup.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to the next series, Dig versus C9.
I thought I even tweeted this too. After the first game, I was like, okay, Dignitas is actually God. Like, they have TSM C9 in their schedule. They just came off a 2-0 off COG. If they 2-0 C9, Dig is actually one of the top 3 teams. And then they get smashed game 2 and 3.
Yeah, I like that. I like your follow-up tweet where you're like, never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I was like, I just got hacked, bro.
Yeah,
What happened?
yeah, I got hacked. Anyway, so like was saying, Dignitas win game 1, C9 bounce back and win game 2 and game 3. These are honestly relatively stompy games both directions, where I don't think... Well, like, one of the games took way too long for C9. It was game 2.
Game 2 took way too long.
It took way too long, but it was still like they never really lost control of the game. It was just like, come on, do the Baron already.
Yeah. It was definitely like they could have won at like 30 minutes, but it took like 40 minutes, or I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But for the most part, it was still stompy in the sense that like Dig didn't feel like they had a chance.
They never had a chance. Yeah.
So game 1, what do we get? Dignitas gets Maokai again. What do you know? Pretty strong champ.
That's a good one.
Pretty good one. Someday played it. That was his 3rd game in a row at that point on Maokai. Pops off with it. Triss Nunu. That's a pretty good backline. Jace Alistar. Okay, so you got triple tank, all AD, which is like a little scary, but for the most part, you still don't give a shit because like Karma, Kane, Galio, Talia, Braum, like they might build a little bit of armor, but it's not that scary.
Yeah. The game started off really weirdly, actually. So they have the Nunu, and Kane constantly tries to invade the Nunu, and it just all the invades didn't really feel like good ever. They just kind of just walked up to the Nunu, and you're not going to outsmite a Nunu ever.
Yeah, I didn't get it, because it's like, are you supposed to be able to kill him, or are you supposed to be able to steal his camps? Because it looks like you can't do either.
Yeah, it felt like they went in to steal his camps, but then it's... If you ever... there's no... You can't do that.
Yeah,
He's a Nunu.
he consumes it.
He's going to Q it and smite it, and then you can't do it.
And the worst thing was, it wasn't like he would go in and invade and then like do nothing, but it would hurt his team actively. Like,
Yeah,
they were losing sums constantly. There was a red invade where they lost, or a Raptor invade where they lost a bunch of stuff, and then the second blue they invaded again, and like Impact lost all his summoners. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that first invade at 7 minutes, Galio and Kane both lose their flash. So
Yeah.
it's just really weird. I didn't see why they did that.
Absolutely. So then eventually it sets up a situation where Dignitas gets a 3-for-0 bot lane.
Yeah.
Where it was just...
Jace just murders people. Like,
yeah, it was like this really weird fight.
Yeah, it started off with, I think, a 2v2, and then TPs came in.
Yeah, the TPs came in, and then what ends up happening is like Alistar, Smoothie gets thrown back in, but Braum gets thrown back in, but instead of going for Alistar, he throws himself like past the Alistar. He might have just missed.
Oh, yeah.
He goes way too far, ends up in the middle of 3 people, and then Maokai's TP flank just zones out Kalista from the whole fight while they just kill him, and Jace collapses down, and he gets like 2 kills, and they get a 3-for-0 out of it.
And they get the first blood tower at bot, so it was like a huge gold swing, and it was just like, I don't know, the way it started off and the way that team fight went, it just felt like a really just weird game from C9.
Yeah, the invades didn't work. They played that pretty poorly after, like, it was kind of winnable, I think, that fight, if they played it correctly.
Yeah, I think it was a winnable fight, but then it just went to shit.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't know if Sunday's a genius or what, but that...
He's a genius.
Yeah, this always, like, so when they went to switch to get the tier 1s, right? Usually the top laners match each other, but instead Maokai sat with the bot lane top, and Kalista runs straight into the Maokai and gets picked for free, so they kill Kalista and get the tier 1 top for free. And
They got the Rift Trail at the end of it.
Oh, and the Rift Child as well. And so, if
Galio...
somebody thought of that, if he was rolling that out the whole time, he's a fucking genius.
I believe it. It's like not... It happens sometimes where you're like, all right, they're going to rotate to the top side too. Let's camp a brush. But like he did it, and then like he just played it really well.
Yeah.
And all they had to give up was like a 20 CS lead on the Maokai compared to a Galio, which is like, that doesn't fucking matter at all. Like one tank gets 20 CS ahead, but I got my team 3 objectives or 2 objectives and a kill. Like, sign me
mid-tier
up.
1 Rift Child, and Rift Child was then used on the mid-tier 1, and then you got 60% of the mid-tier 2.
Yeah.
So it was... I don't know. It was super, super good from Someday.
And that's what kind of started happening was Dignitas kept sieging mid with like the Jason Tristana, and eventually C9's like, dude, fuck that. We got to go on them. And then it's like your comp is Kalista, Kane, Galio, Talia, Braum. No one has more than like 600 range on that team. And you're going into Nunu, Alistar, Maokai. So they try and engage. It obviously doesn't work. Alistar just blows all his shit defensively, which normally if you're an Alistar, you're like, fuck, I lost my stuff, I can't engage. But it's like, no, we have a Maokai as well. So Maokai comes in from the flank, they kill 2 people, and they take Baron.
Yep.
Great.
After that Baron, it's pretty game over.
Yeah, it's just snow. Like
Trish just rolls on them.
Trish Jace in front of a turret with a Nunu, providing front line. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
So move on to game 2. C9 strike back because Dignitas make 1 critical blunder in the draft. Well, kind of 2, but really 1.
They left Zach open.
Why did they do that?
Why you leave the Goop Man alive?
The what man?
The Goop Man.
That was almost
This
racist.
Anyways, contracts. I think this is the contract show. Literally, he just carries the whole game.
He doesn't even play it that well.
I think
He does like some smart pathing stuff, but like in terms of execution, it's just like...
Oh yeah, there's some like small execution.
It's just like,
errors
okay,
for
so
sure.
his E missed for no reason, they missed his Q, but then he just flash R'd somebody back. There's like stuff like that where it's like, Zach's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Maokai's really strong. If you ban Maokai, I'm not gonna be like, what were you thinking? But Zach is just like another level dumb.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strong champs right now. Zach is probably still the most OP.
Yeah, Zach is definitely S tier.
So... yeah, obviously C9 gets Zach. They also got Tarek Shen, so they have a monster front line with Ori Varus. Pretty solid overall. Dig take Graves, which I kind of understand because, like, if you have Graves versus a bunch of tanks, tanks don't really kill Graves. He just kind of like lifesteal tanks them.
He kind of just kites them away.
Yeah, he just kites tanks. He does a lot of damage to them, and then he has like a ton of resist and health and lifesteal. So like Graves just is like, fuck you guys.
Ŝrīm played really bad this game though. There was a lot of deaths that were just like random. Like
he
the
quick draws over a wall.
Yeah, he just walks in front of the Zac and thinks he's not gonna get, and his whole team is already dead.
Yeah, they already lost the fight.
Yeah, and he just walks in and suicides.
Yeah, so I could understand the idea of the Graves pick. Horrible execution, and then I didn't like the Twitch at all. Anytime you pick Twitch into Shen, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Because Twitch is like, I'm going to surprise people in the mid-game. And Shen's like, I'm going to protect people in the mid-game. And you're like, oh.
It seemed like the Shen really shut down the Twitch, too. Every time he came out, he just got taunted and just died instantly.
Yeah, and there's one bot lane fight, the one where the Graves did some dumb shit, was like, Sneaky lived with 100 health because he got a Shen shield when Twitch opened up on him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was just like... This felt like a draft that I actually really like out of Dig, where you have Cho'Gath, Thresh, Talia, Graves, Twitch. Like, for the most part, I like it. It's just you gave it up into Zac, Shen, and they get torn apart.
Yeah. Literally, Cho'Gath is dead like twice before 5 minutes, so this guy's just like disgustingly behind.
And what? Yeah, I think there's another series I can talk about this. Yeah, it's the Immortal CLG one. I'll talk about the Cho Shen matchup.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say something too. I feel like
let's get to it then, because we've already talked about the fact that Zac goes top like 2 or 3 times early on and just shits on the Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is the game where C9 takes way too long to actually end the game. So we're talking about how bad they're smashing them, right? And then it's 10-1, about a 10k lead at 30 minutes, and they just like get a pick off on Talia. They don't do Baron. They get a pick off like on the Twitch. They don't do Baron. They just like keep killing people, but never taking an inhibitor or a Baron.
It was really weird. It just felt like they were afraid to really pull the trigger. Like, you're right. There were just so many picks, and you just didn't want to do Baron.
And I think there's one fight that Dig ended up winning where like Twitch opened up on
that was a great wall, and then he went right behind, and basically Ori and Kalista were standing right next to each other. He got a great open up. He dies, but he ends up killing one and then halving the other carry.
Yeah. So you see like the idea of the comp that Dig has here. They're just really far behind. After that, C9 wins the next fight pretty definitively. Then they finally get Baron, and then they close the game out at like 40 minutes after having way huge of a lead.
This is a game that should have been won at like maybe like 25 that goes all the way to like 40.
Yeah, definitely a curious case, to say the least.
It just felt like the last game, but Dig would have won at 25 minutes.
Well, Dig's like, the balls to the wall Baron team where they're like, we're doing Baron, dude.
20 minutes, Baron time.
Yep. This time around, they're on the back foot. They can't Baron, and C9's like, we're gonna grind them out through slow, methodical play. And it's like, dude, you're just letting them stall. Like, Twitch is at 2 items now. He's at 3 items. Jesus. But they do end up winning it, so it's not the end of the world. And then game 3 is another draft by Dig where I'm like, oh, they got the stuff that they like. They get Kalista, Nunu, Cassio, Shen, Thresh, and it's like Cassio, Nunu, Kalista, objective god team, right? They're gonna force objectives. They try and force the dragon at 5 minutes, and they get 2 for Ford.
I really like how C9 actually played around the Nunu too. It feels like a lot of the times that Nunu always gets that free dragon, but they contested every time, and they got him kills every time. So it stacks up, and they just got shit on after a while.
Yeah, it's just the kind of thing where like Dig were just completely playing for objectives, and like you said, C9 had a read on it. The funniest one was when like they used the consume smite early, and they're like, all right, Kalista, rend it, and she just gets cocooned, so she can't rend, and a contract just smite steals it. It's so funny.
Oh god.
And then I think Nunu dies, and Kalista like takes the lantern out, but it's just like fucked. And all that said, over the course of the series, I'd say like generally speaking, Alltech and Adrian still perform pretty well. They got a solo kill onto Sneaky one time when he stepped too far forward and stuff like that.
They got a solo kill onto Sneaky, even though Alltech gets caught afterwards, like 2 minutes later. It still felt like Alltech and Adrian were like the kings of the lane, which is weird to see because debatably, like Sneaky and Smoothie have been like one of the most successful bot lanes in LCS.
And given the fact that like normally speaking, neither Alltech or Adrian are considered like strong laners.
Yeah.
Historically, they're both like they're more like kind of farm it up and be team fight players later.
Yeah. So I mean, still Dig's bot lane is still pretty strong.
Yep. They end up. I think they get another kill at like 8 minutes on a solo kill, and someday gets like a 1-for-1 in the top lane. But like we said, it's just too much objective snowballing, and. At 21 minutes, C9 forced Baron again. Or, I mean, not C9 forced Baron. Dig forced Baron. And I think C9 lose it, but they get
at
like
21 minutes, I wrote down C9 get the Baron.
Oh,
With,
maybe
like,
I
vision
wrote
control.
it wrong.
I'm pretty sure C9 get the
Oh, wait,
Baron.
C9 forced the Baron because
Yeah.
they're far ahead.
Yeah, they have like great vision control. They have no idea, and C9 just get it for free.
Yeah. They get the Baron. I thought that said lose, but it says force because my handwriting's ass. That's why Josh was like, I can't read that. But yeah, they get the Baron relatively easily.
Speaking of this game, I feel like one of my favorite picks for just based off like this week of LCS is Tarek. Actually, it feels like
It's so good.
Tarek just seems so good right now because Coin not only is like super good right now and it lets Tarek get that like endless heal, but when it works with tanks, you just can't kill the tank fast enough where the Tarek ulti comes down.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get it off on 2 people. Like tank goes in, you drop it on him, you hang out in the back line, and you're just like, we're good.
You
My
either
whole team.
hug Tarek or your ginormous tank and you're invincible as well.
Yeah, it's so fucked. And I don't think his laning phase is that bad. Some people start playing Karma again, and I'm just not convinced it's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
like.
think Karma is worth it.
I don't see how it bullies out a Tarek really.
Yeah, he's actually just too tanky, and then once he gets with Coin, he just heals too often.
Yeah, Coin's crazy right now.
I think.
generally speaking.
Oh, speaking of that, I think Coin definitely needs to see nerfs because there's that. I forgot what series it was where it was Coin versus the fucking
Frost.
no, not the Frost Kings.
The Targons?
The Targons, right?
What series are you talking about then? Because I thought you were
remember.
gonna say the Karma with the Frost.
It was
one.
yesterday's series, but it was like
okay.
the Targons had 500 gold and the Coin had 1,500 gold. It was like 1,000
Oh.
gold difference based off Coin, and I mean I think that's pretty insane.
Yeah, so Targon's sucks compared to the other two. Generally, in terms of like gold generation, Frost Queens I think is a little closer, but Gold Coin's outpacing both them.
Oh, okay. I think regardless, Coin definitely needs to see some nerfs. But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, C9 win the series after they forced this Baron. Jensen had a really good game 3. His Talia was all over the place. I think he ended with like 6 kills, 7 kills, some really good performance.
It was weird because, like I said, after just solely based off the first game, I literally had that
It was
idea that it was just gonna be Dig becoming gods, but C9 easily just smashed them the next 2 games.
This ends up causing currently a 4-way tie in the standings, or 3-way
For
tie
second?
for 4th.
For 4th.
Yes, because C9, Dig, and Envy are now all tied up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh, damn.
Dig and Envy both went 1-1, and C9 went 2-0, so they caught back up. We'll have to cover that in the power rankings.
Woohoo!
I love power rankings with Yuna. Envy versus Fly.
NB versus FlyQuest. Scroll down.
So this was a bit of a shit show. This series, honestly, was just like the scrappiest fucking stupid series. It's a 2-1 victory for Envy. They almost lost this after losing to Liquid yesterday. Obviously a bad weekend for Envy. And I think they lose game 1. And then they win the next 2.
Yes. They lose game 1. Game
Yeah.
1 was... Yeah, it was really weird. They're like... The way they lost the game 2, it just looked so bad.
So Envy, what happened this game? I need to reread my notes.
Happens this game is...
Oh, this is the game where Moon just gets like really big slowly. Like he's not like instantly like popping off on Cho'Gath, but it's the kind of thing where like Envy's trying to gank top a bunch, trying to pressure mid, and then like Moon gets a kill when they invade his red.
Oh yeah, the red invade was so weird. What happens was like, I believe they siege top or try Rift Herald, one of those, and it gets stopped. And then afterwards, they invade the red side of FlyQuest. It's warded everywhere. They see Envy walking the entire time. It's easily countered, and I think Cho'Gath picks up like 1 kill.
Yeah, he gets another one in a bot lane gank that he does, and then I think he's like,
Oh yeah, he kills randomly. Like Shen just stays around trying to 3v1 and just gets killed by Cho'Gath.
yeah, and so off of that, Cho'Gath was farming decently, gets 2 kills. I don't think both of them were 2 in Feast. I think only one was. But at some point, it's like 25 minutes in the game. He has like 3,500 health.
Yeah.
He starts getting way too big. It's still like relatively heavy fighting. Like Envy engage on FlyQuest with a bunch of vision control. They get kited out, and FlyQuest eventually get a Baron. It was like Envy walk into the jungle of like the blue jungle in front of Baron, because on this Envy's blue side, so FlyQuest is like vision controlling around Baron. They try and open up on the Moon, And it's just like he kites it out. He's a big fucking tank, and it takes forever to get through him. And eventually, like the rest of the team comes in. Corky with the package. J4 comes flying in.
Oh yeah, that fight was actually just really nasty. I watched it fight like 3 times, and the way it's played out is, so you're right. They try getting on Cho'Gath, and then I believe there's the fight I'm talking about where it's no. It starts off with Corky. Corky gets kind of caught. And he get flash cleanse, right? So Syndra flashes over the wall to catch Corky. Corky cleanses it. He flashes away, and then Seraph walks into them when they've burned Syndra ult and flash, and it was just like, you're not winning this fight. So he walks in, gets chunked, like basically suicides. Niski gets caught by the Jarvan ult. He has no flash, and then Seraph lives and then flashes back in with 200 HP and dies, and it's just.
It's one of those like what? Yeah, it's like what's this communication?
What is like he just ints? Like, it's literally what it looks like.
Yeah. So eventually, off that, FlyQuest get a really big lead.
Off that fight, yeah, they get. I believe they get Baron.
They get Baron. It's a 4-for-1 or something in Baron.
Yeah, it was something really bad.
Cho'Gath is like fucking huge at this point, like 5-6k HP, just unkillable.
When he activates Stoneblade 2, he's just monster. No one is gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, they win a fight mid eventually and end the game.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty clean after that, and then after that is where like it starts getting just really scrappy.
Game 2, is Kennen good anymore? Didn't Kennen just completely drop out of meta? There's zero.
I just don't think he's supposed to be played.
I'm pretty sure Kennen just got too hard nerfed, and then randomly FlyQuest is like, you know what? Maybe it's not bad, and they play AD Kennen top, and he's fucking worthless the entire game.
This game was just so sad because like I just don't understand how some people don't prioritize Maokai.
Yeah, it's
like,
really weird.
I'm pretty sure Maokai is pretty good here, and like Gnar versus because Seraph took the Gnar blind, so that's why you get the Kennen counter pick because he's traditionally the counter pick. But like you have Cho'Gath, Kalista, Janna, Ori. Like you know what fits great into that comp? A Maokai. He does fine
in
into Gnar. Yeah, well in any comp really, but like against Gnar, like Gnar doesn't really win the matchup if you play it correctly as Maokai. It's been that way for a long time, and Gnar is like not particularly strong right now.
He did receive some buffs, but not enough to kill the Maokai that is right now.
Yeah, because Maokai right now with like the buff to his saplings and brushes, you can do like really annoying shit to like the Gnar especially. And so like you just hop on him when he's mini form. Either way, neither team picks it. They go with Kennen, and MB just double kill top with a Niski roam. Where it's like both junglers are fighting, and it's like actually kind of close that FlyQuest might win it, but then Niski shows up and turns it off a great roam. And then there's a double kill bot at the same time, where NV just 2v0s the FlyQuest bot lane, and off that it's a 4-for-0 because these plays happen at the same time. It's a 4-0 for NV 4 minutes into the game, 5 minutes into the game.
Nice, game's over.
It did take him like a little bit to like actually snowball because after that happened, I think they only got one more kill in the next like 15 minutes because FlyQuest just starts seeding everything. They back off. They're like, you fuck this shit. We're gonna lose this game if we fight. We're so far behind. There's admittedly like one fight that was kind of close, but Kennen's fucking useless. Like he TPs into the top side. I was talking to James during this one because we were watching 2 games at once, and he's like absentmindedly like watching, and I'm like, oh man, yeah. I mean, Maokai wouldn't have done that much more there because like the Kennen teleports in, borks the Gnar who like wallops him, W's him to stun him, and just walks away.
Nice.
And he's like, yeah, dude, you're right. And I was like, James, I was kidding. Maokai would have WQ'd R ulted and locked him up for a really long time. And he's like, oh, I actually didn't even know what play you were talking about because we're watching 2 games at once. And he was watching the other game and just like agreed with me because he didn't give a fuck about what I was saying.
That's funny.
As usual.
Please don't pick Kennen ever. Any team right now, no Kennen.
No Kennens.
0 Kennens.
If you want to try and well, Jace was banned, so I was gonna say like if you want to try
don't
and counter
pick Jace top either.
Don't generally.
No, fuck top lane carries now. Fuck them. Tanks, please.
You can play. I did like the Fiora in the CLG series, which we'll talk about actually in a little bit. But
okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I can see like a couple like at the right point in time. You can do that.
Not Kennen though.
Not Kennen into Gnar when Maokai make your team comp broken.
Not Kennen.
Anyways, yeah, Envy, they just slowly take turrets. FlyQuest never make a play happen. They eventually get a Baron. They just end the game off a 4-for-0 at 5 minutes. Which brings us to game 3.
where it was literally the stompiest shit for a while. I think at one point it was like 16-2.
They had a 16K gold lead.
So yeah, it super stompy game. It gets like stagnated for like 5 minutes randomly where FlyQuest will win a fight, and then
At like 35 minutes in the game.
But then it's still over.
And so what happens? Early game, ᵐᵉ does like the level 3 thing, ganks bottom. They get first blood down there. ᵐᵉ, I think, goes top as well with Niski, who's like moving around the map. And then eventually they just start like forcing up mid lane super hard. And they just keep getting kills and turrets, which goes on forever until 19 minutes. They have this cross map ace and like what is one of the dumbest plays ever.
I didn't see it.
All right, so what happens is the turret's going down on Envy's side. ᵐᵉ is on Shen versus Camille. The turret drops, and he tries to taunt the Camille because ᵐᵉ is coming in with Gragas, but Corki is already there. So Camille goes in and starts locking up the Shen. They're going to kill the Shen, but Balls uses his E, misses him, misses the Shen, then uses his W, misses that on the Shen as well. Eventually, he goes down and dies because Niski shows up, who roamed down because they had so long to react to this play. High dies as well. All right, 3 people on the bot side, Moon's up on the top side, 3v2 dive on the bot lane because it was reverse map. And then fucking, Lemon Nation's playing Sona, who, by the way, lost lane to Caitlyn Morgana, which is like, if you're losing lane with Sona, why are you picking this shit at all? He goes for a flash ult, misses it. Maokai ult actually doesn't hit anybody, I'm pretty sure. They run way past the turret trying to get Morgana. That doesn't work. They turn back onto the Caitlyn, who's still under the turret. They kill Caitlyn, but it's taken so long that ᵐᵉ has teleported into this play after healing in base from the bot lane play. They start chasing them down the lane, and then Gragas and fucking Syndra, who were in the bot lane punishing that play, roam all the way up to the top side, and they get 2 more kills, and it ends up being a 5-0 across the map, or 5-1.
It took so long that they roamed from top to bot. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That game sucked.
that game sucked, and like,
That random FlyQuest teamfight too is it's so weird. I want to really believe in Envy, but then when shit like that happens, it just worries me.
yeah.
Why is FlyQuest winning this fight? Why is this game not?
They were like in their base. So yeah, off this 19-minute thing, it's like massive gold lead. They're in their base. Fucking 2 inhibs down, and they lose a fight trying to end the game or something.
Yeah, they just randomly lose like the bot inhib fight to.
Yeah, they lose 2 fights in a row basically. And FlyQuest gets
Oh
a
yeah,
Baron.
FlyQuest get the Baron, and
Yeah.
then that's when everyone I think was worried because it's like, wait a minute, the aced them got Baron. I think afterwards they even pick up like another kill or something like that. I don't know. Something happened. Then they fight at their blue buff. There's a big fight at their blue buff, and they get wiped. I don't think anyone on NB even died.
All right, so a lot of people are saying they disagree with my assessment of Sona because I think that Sona loses most lane matchups pretty bad, especially versus like playmaking supports because you just fucking kill Sona
you
because
just
she
kill
has
Sona.
she has no HP.
You murder Sona. If you ever have Thresh, Blitz, or
Alistar, Braum,
if you're good enough, you will murder Sona.
but Morgana.
Something that's like a passive, like you just dodge Q and you win.
If you dodge the Q and you press your Q, I'm pretty sure you win that lane.
That is definitely a Sona favorite lane.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
It's
you
not
idiots.
like hard.
Yeah,
favorite
it's not
for
like you're
Sona.
gonna smash the lane, but they like the
They
other
should
team.
have like a CS lead, something like that.
They had.
What was their AD again?
It was Callista
Yeah.
versus, admittedly, versus Kate Morgana, which is tough, but don't pick that champion if you're gonna lose by 30 CS and get your bot turret taken in a standard lane.
Yeah.
And like we said, they ganked it early. I mean, you know, ᵐᵉ went down there and influenced the matchup early, but that's why Sona's just
Yeah, that's
generally
why
not a
Sona's
good
not
pick.
that good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just fucking die.
I don't think Sona's a good pick, right? It's like there's some very specific things, but yeah, generally you shouldn't pick Sona.
Yeah, I just don't think Sona's a good pick, and it can be fine into Morgana, which is I think why they took it. I'm trying to figure out why they took it. And I can only think that it has an okay time versus Morgana,
Yeah.
but there's still a Caitlyn, and you're trying to outscale, but you guys are not good late because like yeah, Sona's late game's fine, but I don't know. I just don't see what
He
the
didn't
pick
really-
does.
he didn't
And he
really
missed every
make it.
fucking ult.
Yeah. You really didn't even make it like to late game. They were just too far behind. It was I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think it was a good pick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyways, they should have lost this game. Envy. Well, FlyQuest should have got smashed, and then they were still down a ton of gold even after they got like the 4 kills and the Baron. They just lose another team fight later.
Yeah, they They fight a blue buff.
Yeah, blue buff area.
Pretty sure they didn't pick up a single kill. Oh yeah,
No,
the funniest thing this game was it. This game or was it the first game? I don't know which game it was, but I have to mention it. Where Turtle just randomly runs into Karma Caitlyn and just like
That was game.
Game 1.
Game 2.
That was hilarious actually. He just randomly starts hitting the Karma in front of the Caitlyn the entire time and just gets crit to death. And,
Oh wait, no, that is this game.
Oh, it is this game.
I'm pretty sure.
Regardless, it was one of those wild turtle
Caitlyn,
moments.
yeah, they only played Caitlyn in game 3.
Oh, okay. So it was one of those wild turtle moments where you're just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I was thinking of the Ole Immortals game where Cody's son just like keeps running forward and tries to get the killer, flashes in.
Oh,
it's like,
my God,
he has
funny
heal,
too.
dude. What the fuck?
He
you
has
doing?
heal, and he's next to a Gragas and a
Yeah.
Blitzcrank dude, and he just gets instantly slammed and died.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny. Anyways, this game, even that last fight, they might have been able to win it. It was like kind of close, but Lemon didn't use his locket until he was already dead. Kalista's the only one left alive, and he just dies
Yeah, he just gets sniped.
as the one's coming in. You're just like, dude, what are you doing? He died with Mercurial up as well.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so Lemon just did nothing that game, and
Yeah.
on top of the fact that we already talked about losing the lane horribly and missing all his ults, and
That was a stompy game that should have ended like at 30 minutes, but went long because what?
yeah. Anyways, that brings us to the last series of the day, CLG versus Immortals, and then this one, games 2 and game 3 were a complete shit show. After Immortals wins game 1 pretty convincingly.
Yeah, this is definitely
The
the most convincing one, I think.
Yeah,
You're right.
definitely the most convincing. in the
Pobelter
series.
Corki, this dude is actually, it felt impossible for the carries to ever do damage because Corki would just crit them for like 1,000 damage.
Yeah, like I know Corky's not like crazy, but sometimes I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
there's some people where I see them play Corky and I'm like, not again.
There have those games where it's like, this was definitely one of those games where it's like, what do you do?
Yeah. So it starts out, I actually don't like CLG's draft that much. You have Cho'Gath, Triss, Talia as your first phase, which is like, okay, you have some carries, you got a big frontliner, let's get some more setup for him. And then they go Soraka, Rengar, and it's like,
Yeah.
how is Cho'Gath supposed to hit a Q? Because if it was tank Rengar and he's going flying in there throwing a bola on like a key target followed up by a Rupture, I get it. But he's playing Duskblade full AD Rengar, which is like, I'm going to go in at the end of a fight and murder somebody.
Yeah.
Or like, you have to wait for it to develop a little bit. And Mike Young was on the broadcast saying the same thing. It's like, you can't start the fight out as AD Rengar. You'll fucking die. You'll get peeled. You're useless. But then they don't have anyone else to start the fight.
And they're playing against a Shen too, so
Yeah.
it's even like a worse time for Rengar. He's gonna have a lot of trouble assassinating people if he goes this assassin Rengar, which he did, and he pays for it in the early game. His first 2 attempted ganks are both caught out by the Corki Shen. He just dies twice.
Well, he gets 2 ganks off first that get flashes, but then when he plays around mid lane the next 2 times,
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant,
those
yeah.
are the 2 ones that he gets killed on. And the Shen came in last pick, which like, okay, you can't really see it coming, but at the end of the day, why the Soraka as well? There were a lot of bot lane bans.
Yeah, a lot of support bans.
There was Thresh, Bard, they already banned Blitz, and they took Karma. But like, I feel like you can take Braum and like kind of lose that lane gracefully with Braum Trist, and then just be way more useful than Karma later.
Yeah. I didn't like Soraka pick either.
Or Alistar or Tom. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something you can take there, because what ends up happening is the Jhin just builds first item, Executioner's Calling, and then that halves the healing, and then Karma still Qs your face, and so you're getting poked out really heavily by this lane, and they're just down pressure the entire early game.
Yeah. Cody played really well this game too.
Yeah.
He's like constantly sniping out their carries. There's like one fight which I think really turned the game was when
Smithy had the 3-man knockup.
Oh yeah,
the
that
bot
one too.
lane?
That was nasty.
Yeah.
COG randomly thinks they can stay bot with like. I get it because like it was only their mid bot, so they're like, okay, they can't really dive us.
And Ole flashed in like really aggressively and died before this.
Yeah.
So like he kind of baited them to staying, and then they're all half health under the turret.
And then slowly Smithy walks bottom, gets like a nasty 3-man knockup, and then
Jhin
it
gets
got
a
really
triple
bad.
kill off of that.
Yeah, he got all 3.
Yeah, so Jin's fed as fuck. He has an Executioner's Calling already. Soraka seems borderline useless this whole game.
Yeah. I think like at 1.2 COG felt like I think they got like a pick or something around.
Yeah, Ole was around mid.
Ole dies, and so then they force the mid tier 2, and then they just get fucking owned by Cody's son.
Yeah, so before we go too much further in this game, I do want to talk about the Cho'Gath Shen matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Because this has been played like 3 or 4 times over the course of the weekend, and every fucking time, the Cho'Gath just trades with the Shen really hard level 1. And he gets shit on horribly because Shen's level 1 is disgusting into tanks.
Yeah, it happened... Oh, what's the other series that happened, too?
It happened on Friday.
Oh, it was a dig game. No, today, too.
It happened today in the dig game. It happened again on Friday.
With Graves, yeah.
Yeah, it happened on Friday the 2 times with C9, where Zig was playing it with P1. And he would trade with the Shen really hard early on.
Yeah, you're right. That's happened
and it's just like, dude,
often.
Stop trading because you're gonna win this matchup if you just don't all in level 1, and then they lose their pot.
The way Dig did it, I'm not too mad about because what happened was they traded really hard. Cho'Gath kind of baited that he was
and then the gank
low,
came.
and then the gank came. It still didn't really work out because Shen got away, but I get what you're saying. Like, I don't know why you're trying to trade with Shen level 1. He's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, and then like level 3 and on, I'm pretty sure you just shove the wave way too hard for Shen to deal with. Plus you have sustain from clearing the wave. And I'm pretty sure, and I talked to a couple people about this, like everyone said Cho'Gath should probably win that matchup, and they just keep fucking losing level 1 trades. And I'm like, well, now I don't know. And I'm like, are all the players idiots, or is everyone else I'm talking to idiots? All the other analysts and coaches idiots? Because like they're all like, no.
I mean, I think I agree. Like it just seems like a Cho'Gath favorite matchup. At the point you just shove in, and then you have Feast later on. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to fuck with the Shen too, like Q and silence.
Yeah. So either way, had to get that little mini rant out. Like you said though, CLG they find some success sieging up mid. Like one time, Dardoch hops the wall and fucks Smithy up, and like Cho'Gath gets the chain CC, and that looks pretty good. And you're like, oh, I see what this comp wants to do. But then, like you said, the next time that they try that siege around the inner turret, Cho'Gath just gets chain CC'd under a turret and fucking murdered, and then it's just like open season for Jhin.
Yeah, Jhin snipes out the Soraka, and then I think they get 1 more kill off that.
And they get Baron. I think they get 2 more kills. It ends up being a 4 for 1. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Corki chases fucking Rengar all the way to his tier 2, and then they turn around and do Baron.
Yeah, so they get Baron off that. And
Cho'Gath TP's in, kills 2, but they still get Baron.
Yeah, and they get out with 3.
It was almost really... It was scary, though. There's a point where it's like, if they actually died here, it would have been a weird game, but...
There were a couple situations like that. Like, 27 minutes in, CLG take another fight around the mid lane, and it's, like, super close, and...
Dardoch gets a really good bush jump to Cody's son. Or was it his ult? Something like that. He melts Cody's son.
He instantly gives him, and, like, Tristana gets some resets and almost goes off in this fight. I think it's, like, a 3 for 2, or 3 for 4 for... CLG, but like the fights are really, really close. And it's one of those things where it's like I feel like every time I watched a fight, Soraka just did nothing.
Yeah,
I don't remember her being like, "Wow, what a clutch heal," or like, "Oh, it's so hard to kill them when they get that massive heal from her ult or anything." It just like she felt totally irrelevant. And then finally, there's like one big fight that they lose 31 minutes into the game.
Yeah, Dardoch dies instantly to the J4, and they just do Baron. And then it's pretty over. Yeah,
they like pick off Cody once, and he's like 9-2 at this point, so like it's hard to win with your 9-2 Jhin dead, but he's still popping off really hard.
Yeah, there's definitely like Cody's son popping off, and then this game I felt like we didn't mention it too much, but we mentioned in the beginning was the Corki Pobelter. Like Jesus, like it felt so hard to do anything. Like watching the team fights, watching Triss walk up to Corki and just getting autoed and just half health and can't really do much.
Yeah, it's rough. Especially, I don't know, Pobelter's Corki and Froggen's Corki are probably the 2 scariest in the league.
Yeah.
But yeah, Immortals just win too many fights. Their comp feels a little bit better. Both teams are basically just fighting. Game 2, moving on to that one, has 2 really, really cool drafts, which I think this is like the highlight of the weekend for me, maybe in terms of draft phase. Immortals goes Thresh, J4, Jhin, and then Renekton Galio. So they just have like ultimate fucking beefcake team comp with a Jhin behind them. Probably would have liked it a little bit more with a hyper carry, like a Trist or a Cog or something like that, but whatever. And then CLG have Kalista, Gragas, Blitz, Talia. It's a pretty solid like 4-man core. They do already have 2 frontliners, and then they grab Fiora in the top lane. And why this is so cool is because like if the Jhin dies in a fight and it's just a bunch of tanks, Fiora's just going to clean them up really hard, as well as the fact that she can split push against this like retard dive comp that Immortals has.
Yeah. So
it's a really smart pick, I think, by CLG.
Yeah, I agree. I think this draft was really fun to watch. I kind of judged it at first, though, because I think it, like, I do like the way they ran the triple tanks and stuff, but it just felt bad in game because, Yeah, you're right. When that Fiora popped off, it was just like, oh my god, this guy's melting everyone.
Yeah, because the thing is, it was like, oh god, if Darshan doesn't get that kill in lane 6 minutes in, or whenever it was, like 5 minutes in, they're just so screwed. Because like he gets dove, Renekton starts snowballing, the Galio has an assist, and then like this beefcake comp just dives your backline over and over, and that didn't quite happen.
What happened? Okay, so I know the initial dive on Darshan was misplayed. In my opinion, like
the Justice Punch, right?
Oh yeah, I think Renekton went too early as well, so he started taking tower really quickly. Galio couldn't collapse in time, and Darshan actually turns it and survives. But what happens after that, where Renekton picks up 2 kills? I didn't see that part.
When Renekton got 2 kills.
He randomly picks up 2 kills, and now that I thought Fiora was going to lead the lane, Renekton now has the...
When the 4 for 2 in the top lane?
Is that
because I think it happens a lot later. I have that as 18 minutes, because Darshan has that outplay, and then Omar ganks bottom.
Oh yeah, that was a funny ass gank.
Yeah.
He just like walks into tower.
Are you thinking of the Olaf gank?
Is it the Olaf gank?
No, this isn't the Olaf gank.
This is the great
bot lane one.
Oh yeah, this is the great
one where
Omar
Cody's
gank.
son.
Oh, this is where Cody's son's the one who.
It's Miles.
Oh yeah, this is where Cody's son just like randomly ints back in. Gragas gets like a good bot lane gank. Cody's son lives with like a good amount of HP.
Yeah, he's got like
Kalista has 100 HP because she's like slowly killing the Thresh, and then Cody's son flashes in instant, gets Gragas slammed and dies.
Yeah,
It was a wild turtle moment.
Yeah, that was a turtle moment, but out of Cody, where it's like, dude, you were out, you had flash, you were fine.
It was really,
and he blows a flash to go kill himself. You're like,
yeah, I don't think Cody. It's like I don't usually see Cody do that kind of stuff, so it's just weird coming out of him. But it was funny as hell.
Yeah, it reminds me more of like early spring Cody, where he did some questionable things.
Yeah.
So that's what makes the game weird. Is like the bot lane of CLG is doing all right, the top lane's doing all right, and like for the most part, Immortals comp, when you have J4 and Galio and Renekton, you should be winning the early game. And like the fact that they lost this early game made it so CLG's comp really worked. Whereas I think if they actually won the early game, there were some fights that would have gone much harder in Immortals' favor. Like that top lane one. There's one at 18 minutes that like they teleport in and they're like the tanks go in one at a time. Whereas like you want to just like jump in there and like gangbang one person with like J4 combo with Galio as Renekton comes in, and it's like that should murder somebody, but they just go in one at a time. They only get a 2 for 4, and CLG gets another lead.
There's like 2 fights that just ended up 4 for 2, and then it just like really starts the snowballing of CLG.
It was still pretty close though, because there was that one fight.
One fight at 23 minutes
at the Dragon.
Yeah, that's the one where it's like you're right. If they had like a smaller lead, they would have probably wiped this fight. Xminty gets like a great flank. Talia's fucked.
Yeah, super good flank.
EQ'd and Galio comes down, knocks her. He dies almost instantly. But
so what happened? Did you see how Flame wanted to get the flash follow-up?
Oh my
god.
God.
But he fat fingers his teleport, and Talia's on top of a ward. So when he fat fingers his teleport, he starts channeling his teleport from like 2 feet away.
It's funny. He cancels it pretty fast.
No, he gets body slammed.
That's why
it gets canceled.
Oh my god. No.
Omar God's trying to like, I got a peel for my Talia, and he just actually interrupts the teleport.
Yeah, that was funny. Random mistake, but yeah, Fiora wipes this fight, picks up like 3 kills, something like that.
Yeah, 3 kills. And it was really close to going more in their favor. Like
it was still a really close fight
because they kill Huhi super fast, and then they almost kill Stixxay super fast. But like Ole has to blow all his like summoners to get to Cody or Stixxay, and then he has to lantern Cody in. So now they're on like the wrong side of the fight.
Oh yeah, they like loop back up to their blue side.
Yeah, they're on the far side of the map.
I thought at first second I thought they were gonna actually outplay this, but it seemed like they didn't really work together at this moment.
Yeah,
they split up a bit, and then Ole dies for free.
Sometimes he's a little too aggressive, and this is like Darshan was at like 200 health.
He was literally 100 health.
And I think what he wanted to do was like hook him in for Cody to kill him, but like he just went too ham, and Cody gets killed, and then Ole dies. So
yeah.
Miscommunication there, and there were a lot of fights like this where like you see why CLG's could struggle into Immortals, and like why it would have been cool, but it's just they got the early game lead.
The game turns actually at like 27 minutes. They dive Renekton. Galio TP's in, kind of baits them for a bit. Jhin recalled from Baron and kills 2 for free.
Yeah.
So at this point where it's like, maybe they have a chance, like maybe they can set up like a Baron play or something like that.
But they try a Baron play.
Yeah.
And they get TP'd on.
Fiora wipes the fight again.
Fiora wipes the fight again. So yeah, it did feel kind of just like, oh god, this Fiora, if it just didn't get off the ground, maybe it couldn't clean up so many fights, but it's just so good for cleaning up fights. And Darshan plays it super well too. This isn't quite just like, oh man, people are inting in front of Fiora and she's getting kills.
He's playing really well this game.
He like riposts all the right things. There's one fight where like he has to like riposte like 3 CCs at once and still dives through to clean up Cody's son, who's like gonna kill him in a second. And then once Cody dies, he like gets everybody else.
Yeah. It's still like Darshan looks like he lives with like 100 HP in some of these fights too. Like the Dragon fight, I think the Baron fight, he lives with really low fight HP as well. So he's playing well, and once that Fiora got after that Baron fight, I think it's like pretty game
that's
over.
basically when
like
it's
Fiora has
over.
like 8 kills at this point. Renekton is gonna feed.
Yeah, Renekton's going to become useless. So that's the end of Game 2. And then Game 3, another bloodbath. But this time,
Hell yeah.
CLG gets Caitlyn. Because it felt like people started leaving Caitlyn up because they're like, I don't know if I want to ban this anymore because everything else is really strong. So they go Zach, Cho, Maokai. Makes sense. CLG first picks Caitlyn. Blitz, Syndra, Olaf, Shen. Stomp, mid, and bot. TP in, 5-man dive plays. Obviously, telegraph game plan. And Omar God starts the game off really well with a gank on the top side.
Yeah, nice kill on top.
Nice kill on top, get the Shen a little bit ahead. Now it's time to snowball at bottom, right?
Shit. Well, that was the plan. The gank was initially good, but he lets himself get baited. The Courage of the Colossus from the Thresh and the heal from Cody's son. He walks into tower, gets hooked under tower, and dies.
So Omar God feeds bot lane once, and then that's basically the next 3 plays. Is CLG's like, we gotta gank bottom. We fucked it up.
Yeah, they try setting up a 4-man play on bot, but it gets interrupted by
the Talia wall.
Yes. And then Olaf dies for free. I believe that. Oh yeah, he solo kills Pobelta trying to rotate his wall.
Yeah,
it's kind of random.
That was the most random part.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, he's in their fucking base basically, and then
Yeah, so like,
the tower trading was really weird at 14 minutes, where randomly COG and Immortals traded 2 towers. Usually it's just only the 1 tower, but they both got each other's tier 2 bot.
And this was a weird one because I didn't know who that favored. Because on the one hand, I
thought about that too. I didn't really know who it favored. Originally, I said it favored COG a little bit more because the next objective was the Rift Herald, and since they had no towers top lane, it was easier for them to get it. But then at the same time, it's like, I thought like Kled would have an easier time against the Shen now because he has like a free lane. He could chase the Shen down.
Yeah, he has more gold as well. From the gold. So that's what I thought. I was like, I like it for like, the Caitlyn and them to like set up siege mid because that's like obviously where you're gonna go next.
Regardless, to me it was just like it was up in there. No one really got a huge advantage out of this.
Yeah, but what ends up happening eventually is there's a dragon fight at 18 minutes into the game.
I think this is really the game over for COG.
Yeah, because Immortals get an ace here.
Yeah, there's a really nice TP flank from Flame. Like, I think originally what COG would have wanted to do was take the dragon, then fall back towards the bot side. But Kled was there, rushes into them, and they just get wiped.
They do get the Infernal Dragon.
They do.
They get the Infernal Dragon.
They get the dragon.
But they lose 5 kills. At this point, I think it's like a 3k gold lead 20 minutes into the game. Which is like not the end of the world, but Immortals is playing decently enough that they keep being able to like force plays. They force a really risky 22-minute Baron.
Oh yeah, this one I actually thought Omar had ult but didn't ult through the Thresh.
Did he not?
No, it was really weird. So the wall was great, right? Great wall. It seals off the bot lane and the blue buff entrance, right?
Yeah.
So he's literally just standing there, and then it fades away, and Baron is like at like 2k HP. So I thought instantly, all right, Olaf ultis run straight into the Baron, but he randomly just lets himself get slowed, and he just doesn't really try to smite it. Regardless, like they pick up 2 kills, 3 of them barely survive, and Immortals gets Baron.
Yeah, and it was the kind of thing where it's like, oh my god, they're gonna get aced. Oh wait, they only lost 2.
Yeah.
It was one of those where like Immortals got out by the skin of their teeth.
If they all die here, it definitely would have been back to COG's games, but they didn't.
Nope, and it just gets super bloody. There's like a 3-for-2 Immortals skirmish. It's still pretty close, but they keep getting the leads off all the fights. And then eventually, Immortals...
Cody's son plays really well.
Yeah, Cody's son plays super well on Jhin. I think CLG tried to force a Baron one time, and Talia walls him in into the pit, and Rek'Sai comes in and just kills MarkZ, who was trying to force the Baron.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
It was later.
What I do remember is after that, there was like a weird fight at the Tribush on back at the Dragon side.
Yeah.
Where it looked good for COG initially, but then Syndra was mid, so she had to rotate to the fight, and Caitlyn was on the opposite side of the wall, so she couldn't DPS, and they kind of just get fucked there.
There were a couple times where, like, Stixxay, they should win this game if they execute their early game plan correctly. Because there were a number of fights where, like, Stixxay is almost able to clean them up.
Oh, yeah.
He almost pops off on Caitlyn. But
There's some really close fights. Like, even at that last Baron fight where he lives with, like, 1 HP, but he's critting the shit out of, like...
all the frontliners.
He's like headshotting. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, man, if you guys dove bottom properly one time, you might win this game.
Yeah.
And they just never did it. And it's like kind of sad as a CLG fan, because I probably like CLG a little bit more than the Immortals, if I'm being completely honest. But, I mean, Immortals play better.
I think with like a hyphy game 2, this game 3, like, thought it was going to be a little closer, but it just doesn't end up being closer after, like, a certain point.
It's still, like, you can tell CLG's a good team. They just, like, MarkZ just honestly kind of threw the game with his bot lane plays. Because, like, once again, Caitlyn was smashing. Same as, like, what happened in the NBA series where, you know, Apollo gets it and he smashes lane. He would have been smashing lane bottom if they didn't keep dying.
Yep. Sucks. I agree. I don't think it's like a great ending to like what I thought was going to be like a super hype series, but oh well.
Oh well. So that brings us to the power rankings.
Yay!
Josh Kim
power
rankings.
Josh Kim.
Joshua Kim. Josh Kim to the front, please. Manager to the front.
This is the base unit power ranking. These are on a whole new level.
Based Baboona.
Well, I'm wondering who you're gonna put in last place.
It actually got really hard because like I think the battle for number 1's kind of hard.
Yes, I think the battle for number 1 and last place is the hardest.
Yes.
Oh, what's your first idea when I say last place?
I actually think it's just P1 straight up.
Okay, me too. But Josh said that it wasn't P1. Well, fuck Josh.
Well, obviously fuck Josh.
I think the reason why I put P1 at last place is one, wow, their macro was fucking bad this 2 games. Like, it was just, wow. This is just some, literally, they didn't just, like, define macro. They Googled it before the game kind of shit.
You think they're playing StarCraft 2? They're like, so I'm going to, get a really good econ going here. Going to go for a quick second base. Going to expand really fast here.
They're playing, like, a new, different game. I don't know why. Their macro was just really, really bad. But the reason why I put them last place for sure was, not only that, it's because I don't know what's the whole situation with their mid lane thing. And the fact that it comes in so late during the split, it just makes it like that much worse.
Yeah, I don't get it though. Like, Aperient's clearly worse than Ryu. I don't know why he's really playing other than Ryu doesn't want to play. Who knows what's going on there. I think Mike Young, while he's really good at like scrappy junglers, he kind of needs to play those and just fight non-stop so that eventually they have enough room built that like Arrow in the special's horrible laning phase is offset so that they can actually do things in the late game. And that's what Ryu was good for, but now they're losing mid lane really hard, and Mike Young is like playing tank junglers because that's the meta, and they don't need that. They need playmakers, and they just, I don't know what they do anymore because they had a strategy to win like 2 weeks ago and at Rift Rivals that just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a big thing with no mid lane, Mike having to switch off like his carries, and
I actually don't remember the, I got to pull up last week's because I have no idea what they are.
Oh, yeah.
Is this it? Nope, this is not it. Hang in there, PLT, GLT.
Oh yeah, where's Delta Fox? They're out. Delta Fox is out.
What is this week 5?
Why is week 5?
It's week 6. Where's week 6?
It's week 6?
It just was week 6. It's gonna be week 7. Oh. Well, it is week 7. Fuck, I can't talk. This is the end of week 7.
Can we just? It's not on Twitter. Just look at it at Twitter, right?
Yeah, but usually Josh saves it, so...
Usually Josh...
Oh, wait, there it is.
Okay, cool.
All right, I found it, boys.
Cool.
All right, so P1...
P1 from
red
7th
arrow.
to 10th. Big red arrow.
Big red arrow. Oh, make it even bigger. All right, go fuck yourselves.
Oh, God. Nice. Big red arrow.
Big red arrow.
That's the guy on the team.
Shut up. 9th place team. Let's go.
9th place team. My opinion.
Yeah, why don't we have you go first every time?
Okay.
And then I'll counter or whatever.
I think 9th place is FlyQuest. FlyQuest just look equally, almost as bad as P1. I just think that half the time they're just like suiciding into games. Their like early game looks awful. I don't know.
Damn.
You actually don't think the 9th place is FlyQuest?
I give it to Echo Fox, dude.
Oh yeah.
I think Echo Fox like just does nothing right anymore.
Really?
Like last season, it was like, man, their early game's really good. They just need to figure out their late game. And now it's like, well, they don't even know their roster. They don't know how to do any macro. They don't know how to like play early game anymore. Acadian's no longer even in half the fucking games. And then like the one game that they won this weekend was just like a pure snowball with Draven and like all physical, like all like in comp.
Damn. Yeah, that's true too. I just that frontline backline shit. We say it so jokingly, but what is actually going on with the Echo Fox?
Stop
roster?
talking about how we're a 10-man roster. All 10 are going to see play. It's like, why? Why is that a good idea? You know why there's subs in real sports? It's because people get fucking tired. No one's getting tired.
You don't get tired in league.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I played 3 games. These guys play like 20 games a day normally. Like, this is a nice day for them.
Yeah.
Why?
It's true, actually. Some players play like 10. So, well, when you scrim, you play like how many games?
You played 3 hours twice, so you're playing at least
and
6
some people
games.
run triple block.
Yeah, some people are doing 9 hours of scrims plus solo queue. Like, they're not getting tired.
They're playing like 3 hours maybe.
Yeah, like they're good. So you don't need to bench them because they're tired. Like, and then there's no strategic differences really when you're talking about like, oh man, Looper versus the great Brandini.
Shit, yeah.
I don't.
The only thing I give them credit for is because I feel like some games they actually like pick up like an early game lead and like they can. When they get to that Baron part, they're just like shit.
Well, so here's the crazy thing: is that their starting roster of 5 that they started at the beginning of the season with Looper, Acadian, Froggen, Keith, and Gape. They're like 10 and 12 or 10 and 11 in games.
That's not horrible.
And then the subs, whatever iteration of subs you're talking about, is like 2 and 9.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So they just fucking lose all the time because of their subs. And you're like, wait, this team could be decent?
Yeah, it felt like... It's weird, too, because it felt like this was the... Like, after last split, which is probably one of Key's worst splits ever, and then he got relegated to, like, Ash every game, came to this split and started playing really well, in my opinion. Like, he started picking it up.
Yeah, he's doing decent.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like, all right, match me in.
Yeah, I don't get it. If only because I hate their sub situation, I'm maybe a little biased, I would prefer to put them 9th.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Oh, shit, that's not the right thing.
You broke the thing.
I broke the thing. There we go. All right, I need to pull this up to see what the fuck the order was before. Same spot.
Same spot.
So then, do you still think FlyQuest is worse than TL? That's the question.
Well, TL... Didn't they 2-0?
They 2-0'd this week.
TL 2-0 this week. Woo! Golden
Are
glue.
you confident? Are you ready?
You know what? First place. TL
Vault
first
boy,
place.
baby.
Vault boy, first place, bitch. Yes, I think TL is probably...
First place, baby.
I think...
Where's the Vault boy? We gotta get the meme while we can. That's why we need Josh to be doing this shit while I'm...
I don't know. In my opinion, I think FlyQuest is worse than TL. I think TL's... Granted, this week, they don't really get the justice of being like, wow, you got a hard schedule this week. Good shit. But, you know, I think they're still slightly better than FlyQuest.
This power ranking's getting an asterisk anyways. I probably disagree with you.
Really?
Just because FlyQuest had like a 1-1 week last week. This week versus Envy, it was like real scrappy. Sure, Team Liquid also beat Envy this week, but...
I think Envy's like... I mean, based off this week, Envy did not look good.
Yeah, it's 7-14, so I have like too much... I have like a little bit of difficulty really judging what's going on with teams. So, you know, just based off Vault Boy, I'm fine putting TL all the way up to 7th, which sounds ridiculous, and I'm sure will change.
Yes.
I'm sure that will change.
For the memes.
For the memes, we'll do that. That means Team Liquid's going up, FlyQuest staying the same. Basically, we just completely flopped from last week, P1 and TL. Yeah. Motherfucker.
You're breaking the thing again.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I feel like this is probably the biggest difference we'll have. I mean, what do you...
we're about to get into it. It's going to be the biggest change for sure, so like we'll put a big green arrow here.
Yay.
But I feel like 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3 will probably move around a fair amount.
Okay. So 6, Envy.
Yeah,
Everyone
and
else?
that feels like a pretty easy one for me because they're all really close. They're all tied in standings right now.
I think everything else is really close, but Envy just, what the fuck happened this week?
Because, obviously, like we always say, the power rankings are not predictive, and it's not like a complete accumulation of this split. It's pretty, like, recency bias. And, like, they beat C9 last week, but now that it's on patch 7.14, they don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, Lyra's playing Cho'Gath, which is great, but he's, like, the only one who read the patch notes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Lyra's still, like, doing fine, but...
It's funny when Apollo did that interview, and he was like, yeah, I've learned more from Lyra than I have from any coach. And it's like, yeah, okay. He reads the patch notes. Does the rest of the team read the patch notes? He's playing Cho'Gath. Did you guys know Maokai's good now?
Yeah, I agree. Envy is definitely a 6.
Yep, Envy is the 6.
Number 5.
They went 0-2 this week, right? Or 1-1. Oh, they went 1-1 because they almost lost to FlyQuest.
Oh yeah, I mean basically.
And they lost to Team Liquid.
Yes. So 1-1, so 6th place. Number 5, I think, to me, it's a toss-up between C9 and Dig.
It's pretty close.
I feel like I want to put Dig in 5th only because C9 looked.
Whoa!
Only because C9 looked pretty good against Dig those last 2 games.
It's not all about head-to-head.
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 Dig went 2-0 last week.
2-0 versus COG and 2-0 versus TSM this week.
Yeah, and then last week they beat another team 2-0. It might not have been impressive.
I don't know.
Oh, it was Immortals.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, last week they 2-0'd Immortals and CLG.
Oh.
And then they beat TSM this week, right? Or it was some fucking combination of that where they beat those 3 teams.
Actually, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Never
C9
mind.
beat them, but it was still a 3-game series.
Yeah,
It was
never
still
mind.
pretty close.
Fuck that. Never mind, yeah.
C9 looked better. I think
C9 looked better against Dig, but Dig looked better against everyone else.
Right.
The rest of the top 4.
Right. C9 did 2-0 this week. But they, like, it feels like it's just because it's, like, tank tops and, like, that's what...
It is just a
Impact
meta
is-
that plays into Impact, though.
Yeah, and, like, maybe
Which is, like,
term.
The big problem with C9, what I thought originally was going to be, like, their top lane thing where Impact looked like he was starting to trail downwards and Ray's just, like...
They beat P1 instead of Immortals.
Oh, so they've been imped. So you're... regardless, imped and P1, I know really huge difference on teams, but...
Yeah,
You're right.
Pretty
When I
big
think about
difference
it-
between the 10th place team and potentially the first place team.
Another thing with C9 too is like that first game for Dig was actually really bad too. It just felt like lost.
Yeah, they got destroyed. And then it even felt like some of the other games Dig should have won, looking back at it. Because, like, games 2 and game 3, it was like you just gave up Zach, right? Like,
Dumb.
why'd you lose game 2? You gave up Zach. Why'd you give up Zach? I don't know, you're dumb.
Yeah.
And
C9
then-
played P1 this week too, so that game doesn't really count.
That was the other team they played this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to discredit Dig's win over P1, okay.
You gotta discredit-
Throw C9's out.
Oh, technically-
And then what were the other 2 wins? Because Dig's 3-1.
Yeah.
It was TSM and...
I think honestly, I want to get not only that too. It's like Dig's bot lane still performed better than Sneaky and Smoothie all games.
Right, and like, how... So, like, yeah, game 2 they lost because they fucking gave up Zach. In game 3 they lost because they kept forcing objectives. And C9 intelligently countered them.
Yes.
But...
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a Dig. I think they're in the upwards trend. I think someday played like a monster this whole split, and then with their fixed bot lane, they look.
Yeah, they look
they're
pretty
looking
good. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guns here.
You're right.
I don't give a
my
fuck.
fault.
C9 beat them. That's why it's a power ranking,
My B. I'm
not an
sorry.
actual straight who beat the who's ranking.
My bad.
So C9 went up. Dig stayed the same. Don't need to drag this screen around no more. All right, top 3, baby.
Top 3. All right, I have. What I want to do first is let's do first place.
Oh, you want to do first place first?
I would rather do first place. I think I'm put Immortals at first place.
It's close.
It's definitely close.
I mean, you look at the series played today. It's fucking close.
It is fucking close. But I'm going to put Immortals first place just because, one, I think Cody is a fucking monster recently. I don't know what happened to this kid, but he's playing really fucking
Ate his
well.
Wheaties.
What?
That's,
He ate his Wheaties.
It's from
Lots of
Sports
Wheaties.
Center or some shit. I don't know.
So much fucking weed. Wheaties.
Wheaties.
Sorry.
I've been eating a lot of Wheaties recently, you know.
How much Wheaties? He's playing really well. Paul Belter also playing really well. Smithy, great addition to the team. He's playing well. I don't know.
There's no like obvious problems. It's just like, do they win on that day or not? Basically,
Yeah.
whereas I do still have this like feeling that CLG will be better over time, but CLG sometimes just does like head scratching plays. Like they have a question mark in the jungle right now for me. Where like
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about CLG is like they're. I don't know if it's like really a situation, but after this series, it looks like a little question marky.
yeah, like Dardoch, I don't think played bad.
I don't think he
game
played
one.
bad at all.
I think that the comp wasn't well suited for him.
Yeah.
And then they just took him out because they're just trying to think, like, who
Yeah.
knows? And then Omar God had a pretty good game, too.
Great
but then
game,
his
too.
game 3 was awful.
Yes.
His game 3, like, kind of lost them the game.
Yes.
So that's a big question mark, whereas I feel like I don't have that for Immortals. CLG does have, like, I think a lot of other things that work out better for them. Like, I like the rest of CLG probably a little bit more, aside from maybe Cody. I like Ole more than Afro. I'll say it. For now.
Okay.
For now. That's not like a for life thing. That's a for now thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Immortals is first place.
I'm down with Morals first place. That means CLG too, right? You're not going TSM?
Yeah.
Yeah, because TSM looks like shit.
Really? You think they look that bad?
They look like shit. They
Fuck.
went 3 games to Echo Fox, and then the 2 games that they won at 20 minutes, it was relatively close, and Echo Fox threw.
Oh, you're right.
And then they lost to Dig horribly.
Wait, you're right. That isn't hard.
And they were struggling last week.
Wait, this thing doesn't even feel that hard. Wait, this power
Yeah.
ranking is not that hard.
I thought this was going to be way harder.
You confused me. Yeah, you're right. TSM fucking got smashed by Dignitas. Not even close. That was
No.
probably one of the Smash Days series. And then, yeah, if Echo Fox takes you to 3 games, there's a problem.
Yeah, and it's not just that, like, okay, they snowball. Like, let's say TSM smashed game 1, smashed game 3, and got snowballed on game 2. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But they were, like, close games in games 1 and 3 that, like, Echo Fox had to throw for them to win.
Yeah, I mean, good on TSM to capitalize.
They
off
were
their throws.
they were still winning those games slowly.
But it's like, still, Echo Fox should not have this total vision control around Baron. It's just like seems so weird.
Yeah, that's like they traded 1 for 1.
Like Sven had to suicide in for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. What?
You wouldn't put Dig above TSM, right?
No.
No.
I think good on Dig for smashing them, but I don't know. I think like after the C9 series, I'm still like a little worried about them.
It does feel like they're kind of
Like
like
Keen is still like that's a big question mark.
that's
for
a
me.
big question mark, and then like
Shrimp is a big question mark too. Actually,
he sometimes just does dumb stuff. You put him on Nunu. He had a bad Nunu game. This was his first bad Nunu game
No,
where he was just,
Nunu
I'm going to
was
force
bad.
an objective, and it's like they know you're there.
yeah, he runs that dragon, and then C9 knows they're there, and he suicides constantly, and they're losing every dragon.
He
fight.
has that problem where it's just like, dude, you just killed yourself. Stop.
The Graves game too, where it's just like, okay, your whole team is dead, don't go in, and he goes in.
Yeah, I don't know. Two of those, and then like yes, from when their bot lane's doing well and their top lane's doing well, they go force a Baron. That's great, but there's still just a little sketchiness there. Whereas like TSM, I think sucks dick on this patch right now, but I am sure that they will become like, you know, #1 team in 2 weeks if this patch doesn't change that much, right? Like let's say 7.15 comes out and it's like minor nerfs to a couple things. They don't need to rediscover how the meta works. TSM's slow at that stuff, but once they figure it out, they crush. Like Galio.
Yeah.
Galio mid right now. But what's the best Galio mid team in the LCS?
TSM.
Yeah, TSM.
Which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, who was the best Galio mid? Who was the worst Galio mid team in the LCS in
TSM.
like week 2? Yeah, right.
TSM.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, that's right. You're
they're
right.
a little slow sometimes, but once they figure it out, they crush.
Yeah. Huh.
Not predictive. It's not predictive. That's why they're third. I bet TSM's gonna finish this season #1.
Really?
I bet not in the regular season. Come best of 5.
Oh, not a regular season.
Not regular season.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
saying like end of the year. Guess who's gonna be
So you
hanging
think-
their fucking like a millionth banner?
Really?
Oh,
TSM.
I think it'll be TSM.
Really? Damn.
For now, and then they'll suck dick for the next 2 weeks, and I'll be like, I never believed in them. No one go back and look up this episode.
I don't think this
No
power
one
rank-
clip this and you know Play that
2
back
weeks,
when I say
Reddit,
when I say
clip this
TSM
bitch.
when TSM's horrible.
When TSM loses to COG.
When they lose to
and
TL.
finals.
Do they? I don't
When
think they play TL again.
Golden Glue beats
in the playoffs,
beats
upsets them
TSM.
as TL's gonna make the playoffs.
He
They're gonna
plays
get TSM in the first round.
with this penis the whole game and beats TSM. This power rankings was not that hard. I don't know. You scared me, but it was actually pretty simple.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna do it then. I'm
Well,
pretty
that's-
sure. That's all. That's the show.
That's
folks.
all, folks.
Yeah.
That was GLT. Scarra will return next week. You won't have me here.
Yeah,
because-
I'd like to thank Yuna. Everyone should give a big round of applause. Thank you in chat to Yuna.
Thank you, Miles.
To Yuna for stepping up, helping out with this episode. Obviously, Josh wasn't going to do it. He's playing fighting games on his fight stick, being useless like always. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week, like you said, with Scarra. That's going to do it for us here at GLT. If you guys like the show, please follow the channel, follow our Twitters and shit. And then also, we started a thing called Offline TV. There's a video that just came out where a bunch of these guys go boxing with Pokey and Lily Pichu and Scarra and Poke and Yuna. So it's a really cool video, and there's a lot more coming out. Josh and I are helping out on it. We'll be in some stuff too. Check it out. Also, Fed, if you like Fed, the editor.
Fuck
but
that guy.
I haven't met anyone who thinks he's cool, so
Literally fuck
probably
that
just
guy.
Lost fans mentioning that.
Fuck him.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We will
Goodbye.
see you next week.
Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye.
Mike's on.
Mike's on?
Mike's on. Mike's hot.
All right. Pretend like this is being leaked. Say something controversial.
We're on camera too and on chat, so I don't think anyone's gonna believe that.
Say something controversial. Something exciting.
Actually,
we need to get on Reddit. I need followers.
I really like Team Liquid.
Team Liquid deserves first place.
I like
Golden Glue. Something. Golden Glue meme somewhere. Think of something quick.
I'm changing to the end screen again. I already said I like Team Liquid a lot, actually. No jokes. No memes.
All right. That's definitely a meme.
That's no memes. Just facts.
Good job.
I'm doing it.
Good shit. Wow, it looks really nice.